Okay, so now let's calculate support. Okay. So now let's set up minimum required support. Well, I should say frequent item sets. That's what we need to say. So for that, we have to set up a minimum required support. Okay. And then we start with item sets, and we will start with one item set first. Okay. And then we'll proceed further along. Okay. So one item set will be these 6, right? I'm going to copy paste those, transpose, and okay. So now support. Okay. What is support? Support is how often that particular item set occurs in the transactions. So for one item set, okay, all we have to do is to sum each item, okay, across the 10 transactions. So that will give us the number of times each item occurs in the transaction database. So that. And by the way, your textbook, there is an error in your textbook in the count. Okay. So here, red through blue, they all have support, the minimum required support. But yellow does not, so this is not going to be part of our one item list. Okay. Why are we not including yellow? Because our minimum support needed to be included as a frequent item set is 2. Okay, so what is the support? I'm going to just do a transpose of this. So that's the support for these. And now let me just put a little diversion to show that what we have here are one item list. So now let's look at 2 item list. Okay, so we have to do this in a logical fashion so we don't miss out on anything. So if we start from here and then pick up 2 items, okay, like that's red and white, red and green, red and orange, red and blue, and so on. So actually here, this is the set that we need to work on, okay, because the methodology called a priori method, okay. So what that does is that for every sized item set, you go back to the previous item set. Like if you want 2 item set, go to one item set, pick out each one of them and add one of the items left out from the item set. So here we start with red. So go back to the previous sized item set. So we have red, right? Then add what is not in red. Okay, the item set has only red, nothing else. So you need to now add each of the other items from here. All right, so it will be red, white, and then red, green, red, orange, and red, blue, We don't have to consider red, comma, yellow, because yellow by itself is 1. By adding one more requirement of red and yellow, it's not going to be, I mean, at best it can be 1. And the minimum required support is 2, so it's not going to be possible. So now we have exhausted all possible 2 sets with red in it, right? So now red need not be considered. Now we take up white, next item. So white, comma, green, then white, comma, orange, white, comma, blue, right? And then green and orange, and green and blue, and then orange and blue. Now we have to calculate the support for all of this, and if there is any item set with less than 2 support, then that should be thrown out. You can't include that, right? So now we use count if. So we need, so for the first one, okay, we want to count across this where both red has a 1 and white has a 1, right? So red, comma, white. So that's, you know, we have 2 different ranges. So we need to use count ifs, right? So that range, comma, 1, and that range, comma, 1. Oops, what did I do? Comma, that range, comma, 1. Okay, so that has a support of 4, which is good. It's good, more than 2. So now I'm going to get into the edit mode and copy that. So it'll be easier to build the rest of the formulas. Okay. The next one, okay, you need to go into edit mode and then copy, not just simply copy. You need to go to edit mode and copy, and then go back to edit mode. Okay, so now we want red and green, so that column should be changed to E, everything else being the same. So now that support is 2, which is good. Okay, and then next is F, right? Orange. Now this is no good because support is 1, less than 2. So I'm going to get rid of that row. Okay, now let's look at red and blue. So now blue is column G, so that needs to be changed to G. Okay, so that is 3, that's good. Okay, next is white and green, so which means C should be changed to D, and D should be changed to E. So you have white and green. Okay, so now I'm going to go to edit mode for white and green, so I don't have to change the first condition of the countif. So I'll do a copy a second time. So this is good. Next is white and orange, so that should be, E should be changed to F. Okay, so that is 3, that's good. White and blue, G, right? Make sure that that is correct. So G is blue. Okay, so that's good too. All right. So now we are done with the white, two item sets with white in it. Okay, so next is green. So we need to change the first range to E. So E is green, and then we have F. Okay. So now I'm going to copy third time. Copy this. So the E range we don't have to change E range. All right. So now that's no good. So we have zero support for green and orange. So get rid of that row. Green and blue. So that would be G, which is again no good. Okay. Support is only 1. And finally orange and blue, so that will be F and G. So F and G, so that's no good either. Okay, so let's get rid of that. So now we are done with item sets with 2 items. Okay. So next we need to build 3 item sets. So again we start from, so now we go back to the 2 item sets and try to build 3 item sets from those. So we need to take each one of these. So we take red and white. So let's compute the support as we go along, so we can get rid of what we don't need right away. So now we have red, white. Okay, so we have red, white, and green is what the next item is. Okay. So now we need, okay, so the red, white, I'm going to copy paste that, go to edit mode and then copy. All right, so we have to now include a third condition. So C and D, we take care of red and white, and then for green, we need to include E and then do. So this is good. We have 2, so I'm going to copy, go to edit mode and copy that. Otherwise, okay. So then we have red, white, and orange. Red, white, and orange. So now the third range should be F. Oh, that's no good. So and then blue, red, white, and blue. So change F to G. Now that's good. Okay. So we are done with that. So now let's take red and green and add red and green, red, white, and so we start with red and green. Okay. So white is already done. Red, white, and green is already there. So then we have red, green, and orange and blue are the ones that we need to check. Orange. So red, green, and orange. So red should be C. Orange is F. Green. So we have red, green, and orange. Okay, so E, orange is F. So we need F here. So that's no good. So we have red, green, and blue is what we need to try next. So that should be G, and that's no good either. So Now red green is no good. Then red blue. Okay, so red, blue and white is already done. Red, blue and green, we've already tried that with red, green and blue. So red, blue and green is not going to be interesting. So red, orange, blue also we have tried. So that's it for red and green. And red and blue, again, we've already tried that combination with everything else. And the same here for white and green, white and orange and white and blue. So that's it. This is the last one with minimum support of 2. Okay. So remember, support can be expressed as a probability also, probability of occurrence, right? So support as a percentage will be, you take the support and divide by the number of transactions. The number of transactions is here, and that should be absolute referenced. So then you get support as a percentage.